Good morning, fellow traders, fellow traders. Have the good morning market prep for Thursday, September the 23rd, 2021. I hope everybody had a great night last night. It's brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check and see where we left off the market yesterday. As we see, SPX got a bit of a dip by yesterday, trying to give us a little bit of a lower shadow on the monthly chart, but still looking like a bearish engulfing month so far. Of course, month not over yet. Weekly chart, again, was green yesterday, ended up a little bit red here, but a bit of a lower shadow here off the mid-Bollinger Band on the weekly chart. The daily chart, inside day up, and then rejected the 8 EMA. And so a little bit of concern right there is we still may be in this, kind of downtrend mode. Of course, we are below the macro downward trend line, so, obviously still in a downtrend based on our series that we've been talking about here this week. If we look at the Elliott wave count, right, we've got a leading diagonal down, A, B, C up for wave 2, so wave 1, wave 2. The real question is this wave 3, or is this just wave 1 of 3? And yesterday, just a kind of a magical move. We talked about the 618 retrace right here. Wouldn't it be nice if it played out like that? But so far, it looks like we're going to be gapping up. However, some negative Evergrande news this morning just came out that the Chinese government is warning local governments or telling them to prepare for the collapse of Evergrande. So that brought the futures down a little bit so far. We'll see if that ends up weighing. Let's see what happens where we end up gapping at the open. We also have jobless claims this morning too, so that gets kind of interesting. That could throw a little spice in the whole thing. But overall, up a little bit after the Fed yesterday. We were thinking ABC up, and then going to start either a wave 5 down or a wave 3 of 3 down, which would be pretty epic. This wave count is wrong, right? And we're kind of like in this 1-2-1-2, but we're still leaning on the bearish side. Let's take a look at the SPY here this morning and see how it's behaving. SPY still holding on a geometric line here this morning, but a quick drop after that China news came out this morning. SP futures, same thing. It's been these green lines here are the larger channel from the original Evergrande news that we rode yesterday. This is a geometric line here that's fresh from overnight, and so you can see we got to the top of the channel right here and then flushed on that news. Now we're still holding this geometric line, but a breakdown below this levels could see the bottom of the channel, and a breakdown of this channel could start to get really, really nasty. Let's take a look at the MES here this morning. Obviously, same thing. In the meantime, right, just keep an eye on this geometric line here and see how that holds going into the rest of the morning. Let's take the Qs here. Qs again holding its geometric line here so far, so a little bit of a down move off of that news. Same with the IWM, but everything so far so good. Now it's kind of interesting that the market is, I guess they're pricing in some of the hawkish statements from the Fed yesterday, but I'm not sure they've digested it completely. He basically said he's going to start tapering next month. And inflation basically running out of control, but don't worry about it because, we're planning on raising rates and, the overshoot won't affect households. What households, right? So it doesn't inflation affect all households, but anyway, so we've got that going on. XLF ticking a little bit higher here this morning, but looking a little bit frail. VIX still hanging, getting perky right there. It ticked over 20 here this morning. It's still in the zone, so it's definitely not out of the woods yet. Apple this morning, let's take a look, up, but down a little bit on that news, but still hanging in there. Tesla up this morning and hanging in there pretty well. Bitcoin, let's take a look at this one here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get more in-depth video coverage on the stocks or setups that are on our radar, be sure to join our group or subscribe to the Bubble Report for more morning analysis. The Bubble Report includes S&P 500 review, also a market profile game plan on the S&P futures, sector updates, gappers, orbs, unusual option activity, economic calendar, and we also have Elliott wave counts that are on our radar made by Algo 382. Be sure to click the link at the end of this video to subscribe today.